I'm uncomfortable already, guys. It's like tight on my hips. I'm like, I can't even move.
Shut up, Jess. Dearest gentle listeners, part 2 of Bridgerton season 4 has descended upon the ton, and I regret to inform you that my composure did not survive. Fan scandals thriving. Emotional stability ruined.
Ruined.
Carriage scenes discussed at length. Join us as we gasp, scream, clutch our metaphorical pearls, and investigate who fell in love, who fell apart, and who desperately needs to be sent to emotional finishing school. Yours truly, ladies of Fictionally Unstable, who absolutely pause to rewind certain scenes. Kiss, because there's a kiss emoji.
Good job, Lauren.
Thank you.
Great job.
Yeah.
I think I need gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Do your arms feel big? Do your arms feel bare?
Yeah, can I borrow these?
Yes.
It's just giving very 2000s.
2000s prom.
That part. I gotta walk like this so they don't see. They don't see. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome back to Fictionally Unstable, because real life's not dramatic enough.
With your hosts, Jessica, Maciel,
And Lauren.
All right, y'all, we here. Part 2 of Bridgerton season 4.
Yes.
Just finished it an hour ago.
Well, it's okay. It only came out yesterday.
I woke up at 4:30 in the morning yesterday and I watched it all in the 4 hours that the episodes were.
Yes.
So lovely. All right, well, how do we feel about part 2? Do we prefer it over part 1? Did we like it? Dislike it?
Yes. I mean,
Yes to what? I asked a couple questions there.
I'm trying to think. I think I would say I prefer to part 1, even though there's a lot of heart-wrenching scenes, but I think that's also what makes it good.
Mm.
Yeah. Coupled with, obviously, the love stories. Yeah. And I thought it was, like, a satisfying ending, so I enjoyed that. Yeah.
I preferred it to part 1. I thought the stories were really, really good. I liked the different... I told Jess this yesterday, but I compare it to season 3 because season 3 had a lot of storylines going on.
Mm-hmm.
And this one did too. Like, there were so many storylines, but it just did it so much better than it did in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
And none of the storylines took away from Sophie and Benedict's story. But they were still all really interesting. And I wanted to, like, I was captivated by every story. I wasn't like, okay, I'm bored, move on.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought they did that really well.
Yeah, I agree. I like it better than part 1. Because in part 1, the extra storylines, I was kind of like, where's this going?
Mm-hmm.
Where, like you said, in season 3, it was kind of just like, okay, cool, I don't care about that storyline. Like, even though it was setting us up for the next season, which Benedict's storyline in season 3 did not set us up technically for season 4, but that's okay. I mean, it just shows him that he's willing to get rid of his ways of, like, being a rake, technically.
Yeah.
And then Francesca's storyline as well, like, it did set it up, but it was just too chaotic where it was kind of like, great. So the story was Penelope and Colin. I forget about that guy. Just there. But anyways, yeah, I really, really liked it. And I liked every storyline in part 2.
Me too. Agreed.
Yeah, I thought, I had a thought. What was the thought?
The thought flew away.
What was my thought? Oh, I would say, like, the least interesting storyline to me was actually Eloise's. Like, her whole, I mean, because it's, like, kind of a continuation from the last few seasons. Like, she doesn't want to marry. Like, it's the same thing of her wanting to be a spinster. I say it's the least interesting, but it was still interesting because of her interactions with Hyacinth and also setting her up for the next season, even in like the post-credit scenes and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was great.
I liked her. I guess her character shift or change in the second part.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because she was being kind of a bitch.
She was being a big bitch
to
in the first
Hyacinth
half.
in the first half, and then she kind of was like, "Oh, okay," kind of changed her ways a little bit and became a little bit more supportive,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is nice. Yes. Plus, she's hilarious. So,
She's so funny, that actress.
okay, let's talk about Posey. I love Miss Posey, girl.
That was great.
She's
She's
so
awesome.
good.
I would have loved a storyline of her as well.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
she got a storyline, but like having expanded on hers, I would have liked to see her more.
And I like how she got her little love interest at the end.
And her sister didn't.
And her sister didn't.
You fucking bitch.
Yeah,
And
fucking
I
bitch.
remember one line in the movie where Araminta is like, is skeptical that she thinks Posey knows where Sophie is and that she's in the Bridgerton house. And she's like, "Oh me, someone who can't even
Read or no, do her own hemmings or something
do
like
her do her own hemmings would possibly know where to keep track of Sophie's whereabouts." I was like, period, Miss Girl.
that. You play stupid.
Play that dumb card. Oh, she was great. I love her so much. I think I saw what's Penelope's one sister? The one that
The one
she was
with the
funny.
The one with the long nose.
I think the other one. The pretty that's kind of mean to say. The prettier one.
I can't.
The one with the voice?
only one I remember.
Yes, I think so. No, so this one, Philippa. I saw a thing that said people would love to see Posey and Philippa together because it would be so funny.
Oh,
They would.
1,000. 1,000. So what happened? What's the main synopsis of episode 5? I kind of forgot. Like, obviously, she had called him a mistress. I do remember that the first scene shows her at the tavern, and she's kind of just thinking, like, this motherfucker really just asked me to be his mistress.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's looking for an answer, right?
Mhm.
So he's constantly trying to follow her or, like, be in her area. She lets him know, no, she's not going to do that.
Right.
But then kind of what else happens? I kind of forget.
So Violet, in episode 5, Violet tells Hyacinth and Gregory first about her friend because she wants to invite him to
Lord Milk Chocolate.
Lord Milk Chocolate wants to invite him to Hyacinth's recital. So that's kind of the first episode, is getting prepared for her recital that she's going to have.
Okay.
And
that
then,
fucking recital. Just, I don't understand. And then you have the person.
So Charlie XX 360. When you're in the mirror, you look what you see. I'm everywhere. I'm sexually crazy.
And they're children, so they're all awkward as hell. It's just funny.
The part
so
where
funny.
Hyacinth keeps messing up and she just keeps like stumbling, and then she's like, who am I supposed to be with? And then she goes and does it again.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, and then I think it's so funny. Again, the Bridgertons love their people of color. So like literally Hyacinth clocks the Kent boy.
Yeah.
Black. And then Gregory sees a girl black. And I'm like, they don't want to see one other person that
The
is white
mom?
in their family. They're like, never again. It ended with the dad dying, and never again will they have a white person in their lineage. Yeah, they have that.
Besides Colin and
Penelope. Vanilla.
The most vanilla relationship.
That's okay. They have a redhead.
Yeah.
Sure.
Listen, they have the
Adding some
most
color.
They have the most sex though, so
That's
They
true.
be
They
freaky.
do.
And then in episode 5, Colin he does talk to the boxer, Kent, right? Yeah, that's Kent.
The boxer, the
Yes.
dad. His
Yeah.
name's Kent.
Because that's their son, right?
their son.
That's their son. The son's name is Kent.
Oh, I thought his last name was Kent.
Just call him Mr.
No.
Mondrich.
Oh,
That's
Mondrich.
Mondrich,
Oh,
yeah.
Mondrich. Yeah.
Mr. Kent.
Colin talks to Mondrich about Sophie as well, and then he's helping him like navigate what to do about asking her
You mean
to be
Benedict?
mistress. Yes. Mistress.
I was like, Colin
Because
talked to Mondrich?
Gregory's talking to Colin about love.
Yeah.
Because he
and-
meets the girl. And
and Gregory's like, Benedict's like, why would I ask you? Or why won't you ask me about it? Or
then
something.
he's sitting there and he's like, you are so right to everything that Colin says.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do see also, I think that episode is when Michaela is there already, but they throw the party.
Yeah, so they throw like a gathering on the same night as Hyacinth's recital.
Yes.
That's why they can't go.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah.
And Francesca is wanting to...
Francesca gets drunk.
Yeah.
And John specifically... So she noticed that John is always with Michaela before this party. And she's upset because they're like literally staying up till 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And she's like, my bedtime's 10. Like, what's going on? And so she has this strange reaction, which this is why I like part 2, is because at first I was like, are they already, like, what happened when they were in Scotland? Like, did something already happen for her to be like weirded out with Michaela? But then it just shows like she was just afraid that Michaela was going to take all of John's attention because of all the issues that they're having. Infertility issues, excuse me. So it can make sense that she feels like she is less than Michaela for his love, whatever. Anyways, so then at the party, she wants a suitor to speak with Michaela so that way she can kind of have John to herself. And John is like, don't do that. But she fucking does it anyways. And then Michaela gets pissed. And then John gets mad at Michaela. And then I thought it was funny where she was like, you're upset with me. Like, as she follows her. And I'm like, this girl, just sit down.
Which do you think John knew that Michaela was gay?
I think so.
Okay.
Because he was like, he kind of led on when he was talking about a suitor, and he was kind of like just saying that she's like accepting spinsterhood, and like that's kind of where she is, and she's a little different. So I feel like he knows.
Yeah.
Oh, and then also it does cut back in this episode to the recital because
every time you say the word recital, I'm gonna do a prance.
Because Benedict is dancing with Hyacinth, and Sophie's looking, on them dancing, and she looks like she's, looks in love. And something happens that makes Sophie go upstairs.
They find out that Araminta's looking for her. And there's word on the street that no, she doesn't find out yet that Araminta is trying to get her
thrown in jail.
She finds out who's moved in next door. That's what she finds out.
There we go. Yeah. So
she goes upstairs.
Cho Chang is next door.
Cho Chang's next door. Sophie goes upstairs because she's like, flustered. And so then Benedict sees her flustered, goes to follow her. And then Violet is like, leave that girl alone, like let her be. And then Benedict gets real fucking mouthy with Violet. Not too much because he was too much. And he basically chastises her for also keeping secrets about her.
Lord Buckchalk.
Yeah.
Did you write down what he said? Because it was good. I said, you know what? Bridgerton, Benedict, go off.
I can find it.
I mean, obviously, right, you don't ever want to go off on your parents like that, but he's already stressed. He's tired of people being hypocritical because they continuously tell him what to do, but it's like, you've been doing the same shit. Like, I get it. You learn from that, but you also have to accept people to make their own mistakes. Oh, he was going off. I was like, word, I would have said that too.
I mean,
clock it.
Period on the last line.
He's a fucking adult.
Yeah.
It's not Gregory.
He's like, that's none of my business, but neither is any of mine.
But the sweet angel that Violet is doesn't deserve that.
Okay.
She's
true.
The best, in my opinion.
No, of course.
She's the best
that's
mother.
what I'm saying. Like,
she's the best
she's
mother.
the best
She's
mom.
the best mother to everyone, not just her children.
Yeah. She definitely didn't deserve... Well, he snapped at her twice. Don't forget that. The other one is later on. But she definitely doesn't deserve any of her children treating her like that. Even in just a moment, because it was a heated moment. It's not like she's always treated like that. But what I do like is that she does learn from her kids as well. Because her and Benedict are very similar in multiple ways. And we learn that later, like of her past and everything. And we kind of see the bond that I'm assuming they've always had a bond, but we
Like,
see
or
that
stronger.
bond. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's learning from him as he's learning from her. Yeah.
I agree.
So I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we close out the episode with Benedict going up to see Sophie, and they fuck.
Yep.
Yeah. They fuck a lot.
Yeah. And I said, go off, Miss Girl.
I don't have Bridgerton nails this week. I have cherry nails in representation of Sophie getting her cherry pie.
Prance. Prance to the camera. Show them.
Do your recital
Do your
dance.
recital dance. Hey. Okay, the part though that I was laughing when they were fucking was obviously she's in her maid outfit. So it's not that she's in the outfit, but when he was trying to take her underwear off, her long socks, with her boots, I was just like, this is such a sight to see. Like, it was like,
All of the
what the fuck? Because I
pieces.
forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't see what they technically like wear under. So I was like, why the fuck are her socks so high?
It is of the times.
It is
Yeah.
of the time.
Yes.
But yeah, we close out the episode with them finally doing it.
And I love that they gave in like later on. So it is definitely a slow burn, but it doesn't feel so slow in comparison to Penelope and Colin.
Yeah. Agreed.
I mean, all the tropes are different, right? The first one was fake marriage,
Which they were
is-
getting at it like immediately. too.
I was like, it's
immediate.
a little too
I
much
bet
for
every
me.
scene, every scene.
It was like starting episode 3. It
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
going. But that makes, I mean, for them, it was like, oh, we have to consummate this marriage, blah, 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 even though it's fake. So they were getting at it. And then Kate and Anthony, they didn't go right away, but that's always enemies to lovers is always like
It was
that.
literally just yearning the entire season until like the last couple episodes.
Yearning with hate.
My favorite.
And then what's the third one? Friends
Friends.
to lovers.
Slow.
Boo. Always boring. And then the forbidden love is always going to be the best one. I mean, I think. Because you see the things before they're like, okay, we're going to actually make it official.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it goes into the scene where they're basically, Sophie wakes up in bed with him and she's like, oh, it has to be about like 5 a.m. She's obviously not in the maid's quarters. So she's like, I need to get out of here before anybody sees me. And then right away she talks about potentially being with child. I was like,
whoa.
She's like, I
whoa.
feel it.
But at the same time, that's just kind of how it was. They don't really track their, she's actually the only person I saw track her cycle.
Yeah.
Nobody else does that. So every
just
time
wait
you have
for them
sex,
to
you kind
bleed.
of just, so she's like, okay, making note, like she knew when her cycle was coming. She was marking off all the days or whatever. And with her making him think that she potentially was with child, he's already preparing plans for them to
Move to the
run away to the
cottage.
countryside, into his cottage. He's willing to leave society, but dabble back into it, where when Anthony comes back in to scold him, basically, he's letting him know, well, first of all, he's letting him know, what would you be doing to the family if you made these choices? Like, you could never have a child, your child wouldn't be known in society and all these kind of things, like the effects it'll have. But he doesn't care. But he thinks about it. It's not like he's just like, fuck you guys. He's just like, okay. And when they have that conversation, Sophie overhears him. So she's already in this whole thing of like, he's not going to want the baby if we have one, this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, she probably feels guilty. She's like, oh.
Yeah. And she also doesn't want to bring another illegitimate child into the world because she's seen how it's been on her life.
Right.
When they were in the little greenhouse thing or whatever the fuck they were in, and she mentioned that, that made me really sad. I was like, oh, that's how she feels about herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really quick, in episode 5, before they fuck, this is when he tells her he loves her. And this is my second favorite I love yous of one of the characters. The first is always going to be King George, where he's like, I love you. And he like screams at her. But his is great too, because I mean, he just says it 3 times, but
Yeah.
it's like, it's the way he says it, and then he just whispers it like, I don't know what else to tell you, right? And I was just like, yes, profess your love with just saying I love you. We don't need to say I burn for you. I'm sorry.
Every
I
time,
loved Reggie Jean Page, but I don't like Simon anymore.
every time I
Yeah,
hear
that's
that I
awesome.
burn for you, I was like, do you have chlamydia or something? Like, sounds like you have a disease. Okay, anyway.
Okay. Also in episode 6 is when the Penwoods visit Violet Bridgerton for tea because
Yo, Posey, go off, girl.
because they want to she wants to see Benedict again because Rosamund is like, is he interested? Is he not interested? Like, what's going on? And this is where this Posey and Rosamund are like whisper fighting to each other.
Yeah, and then fucking Hyacinth and
And they're like,
Eloise are like,
Huh?
what's going
and
on?
Eloise tries to make conversation and Hyacinth's just like, anyway.
Yes. And then Sophie walks in.
Yes.
And only Posey sees her. Rosamund is like doing something else, and Araminta's facing away. And so then she starts choking.
It's because Rosamund turns away after the whisper fight and she just goes,
Yeah.
Well, so Posey wanted another biscuit. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then Rosamund is like, you can't have, like basically telling her not to.
Yeah, like-
because her mom doesn't want, she already had one, this and that, whatever. And she's like, whatever, I'll just eat it.
Yeah.
And then fucking Araminta is talking with Violet, and Violet is just like, over
this
it
woman.
because she keeps trying to visit them and she's pushed them off multiple times. And this is like she had what was she talking with Lord Anderson about? That was it.
they're like, that was not the marriage. That's when he first brings up marriage, like the idea of marriage,
Yeah.
but doesn't get to complete his thought.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Violet is left with thinking that he doesn't want to marry her. And she starts to doubt herself. And then they're interrupted by Penwoods.
Gotcha. And she's over here like, fuck, like, I don't want to talk to him. He's like, this is the 3rd time, just get it over with. So she's over there sitting. Sophie comes in, and then
Posey chokes on her
chokes on her
biscuit.
fucking biscuit. And whatever she says to her mom, because
She says that like, she says something like, oh, like my throat was a little dry and the crumbs from the biscuits tickled my throat. And Rosamund goes, and yet you still speak.
I was like, oh.
But what is it that Araminta says to Violet that she's just like she makes an eye at her maid, and then they're like, oh, okay, you have another visitor, because she's trying to just end it short. She hates her.
She
does
definitely
not
brought
like
up,
her.
well, Araminta definitely brought up Sophie.
Yeah.
So it was like,
she
I had a
accuses
maid
her.
who stole from me. Her name is Sophie Beck. Like, to see, because she has suspicions now that Sophie's in the Bridgerton house somewhere.
And I think that's when the maids are like, oh, you have another visitor, because they realize that Violet doesn't want to
Continue
give
on.
away
Again,
that
see,
Sophie's
she's
there.
the best.
She
Violet.
is the best.
She is the best. She protects everybody.
Lady Deflower is what people call her on the internet now.
Yeah, and then Violet goes up to visit Sophie after seeing that she was like stressed out about them being there. And then that's when she gives her letter of recommendation, because she realizes that it's dangerous for her to stay at the Bridgerton household.
With Araminta being around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Sophie was actually hoping that she wasn't going to receive, because she did ask for it, I think, episode 5.
She did.
And then she got it. So she's kind of just like, what the fuck? Okay, I guess.
Yeah. In this episode too, Anthony returns. He talks to Benedict. They get into an argument because Anthony is like worried about what Benedict's reputation will do to the family if he decides to. Because from Anthony's point of view, he doesn't believe that Benedict is in love with Sophie. He just thinks it's another one of his
Flings.
lustful, passionate flings.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've had them before. Like, you just need to grow up and, figure it out. And so that pisses Benedict off. And then they get into an argument.
When he calls him out at the club, when Colin like walks up, again, I was like, go off, Benedict. I was like, I love how you're holding your own.
Yeah.
He's a man in love, standing his ground.
Because he's never cared about something this much. So
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
he's going to be passionate about it.
And then Colin's like, oh, what happened?
Fucking clueless doof.
He's just
He's just a big oaf.
living in his own world out there.
Yeah. And then we meet because it's rumored that there's a new Lady Penwood. And so then we meet the new Lady Penwood.
What do they call the previous wives?
Dowager.
Dowager?
Mhm.
Dowager Penwood. Okay, yeah. So that's what Araminta is.
Lady Dowager Penwood or something like that.
Yeah. And Lord, are they lords? The Penwoods?
Yes.
Lord Penwood, which is the sibling of the
It's like a cousin or something.
or cousin,
Penwood.
yeah. He tells her that she can go rent out that new house
Because he's going to take over their original home.
Right. And then he ends up falling in love with
Mhm.
Cressida.
Cressida and her gown of bows.
I know that.
Yo, it was so ugly. I was like, what
When
the
I
fuck?
saw her, I was like, I always wondered where she went because I kind of forgot her story in
as well.
season 3, which I do feel really bad for her.
Because she was set to like marry some old dude.
Yeah.
And she, like, her family got shamed or whatever, right?
No, she pretended to be Whistledown.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then so she got shamed. And then she was basically forced to go
To leave.
to marry like some old guy. But then she ended up, her parents just made her leave. And then she stayed with an aunt or something. And that's how that connection got with Penwood. Yeah, she's really annoying, but I was like, damn, I feel bad for that girl because of her upbringing. Her parents are shit.
Yeah, they are shit.
And she made it out, like Eloise kind of said in the last episode.
Also,
The new Lord Penwood is hot.
I need to see a
Take
picture
looking.
because I don't remember who that is.
And that actor came across my Instagram, and I went to his Instagram profile. I was like, damn. But I didn't save it. Let me see if I can find him.
This is also where Penelope is trying to get out of writing the Whistledown columns.
Yes.
So obviously Queen Charlotte, that's her daily drama. Like she does not leave her castle.
She said, no.
Same way that she said Lady.
Yeah. No.
And so that she needs that. Like she wants to know what's going on in society. She just doesn't want to be bothered of leaving her palace. I said castle. What the fuck?
Well, and she wouldn't know about anything anyway because she's a queen. No one's going to tell her about the like gossip and stuff and be honest with her.
Yeah. So Penelope goes to her to ask for permission to be to stop writing Whistledown, and she says this like beautiful speech, kind of like Lady Danbury did about how she wants to leave the country and whatever. And then you see Queen Charlotte like smirking. No.
And then she goes, why is everyone bringing this to me? Or like, why does everyone keep asking me these silly questions?
But she does end up writing. So of course her thing is she's not a wallflower anymore. Everybody knows she's Whistledown, but she's like, okay, well, what can I write about that isn't yet confirmed? So she writes about one of the men in the society about being in love with the mistress. Again, never confirmed. But she writes about it and then everybody knows who she's talking about. And so that girl, I don't remember if this is in 6 or 7, but regardless, she confronts her and she's just like, you fucked up my entire life. And she's like, hey, it was never confirmed. I never wrote his name. She's like, everybody knows who you're talking about, this and this and that, whatever. And she's like, well, we were in love. She's like, he left me. He was paying me. Like, she's like, I was waiting until I was saving up, yada, yada, yada. And anyways, and then she got to the point where basically just telling Penelope, like, you ruined my life. Like, what you write down does affect people or things like that. And then Penelope's like, fuck. like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Which I agree. I am glad that that chapter came to a close because at the beginning of the season, I was like, where is this going to go?
Right.
Like, she can't write anything. Everyone's looking at her like this isn't interesting anymore because if anyone gets pissed off, it's Penelope's fault. Like, it's not Lady Whistledown. It's just Penelope. So, yeah.
Are you looking for the guy?
I am. I can't find his name anywhere.
What else happened in 6? Anything?
We do see... So, this is also when the new lady in waiting...
Mondrich.
Lady Mondrich... she is trying to like work her way in with the queen, trying to give her, you know, the gossip that she's looking for. She's not really doing a great job of it. So that's kind of her storyline. Kate finally comes back to the Bridgerton household to see the baby. in that scene, Eloise again, they bring the baby in and everyone's like, oh my God, he's so cute. Oh my gosh, my grandson, whatever. And Eloise, you just see, she goes, good day. Yeah, so that, and then in that same scene, we see Benedict and Lady Danbury as he's looking on Edmund, the baby, and he's talking with Lady Danbury about his prospects of like having a child and how this heir has now made him basically useless. Like he's no longer even the spare heir, Benedict. He's just like nothing to the family in his eyes now.
Which he kind of said, he did tell Sophie that because she was like, oh, you're going to be like, they need you, your family. And he's like, I'm not the Viscount.
Mm-hmm.
And they've already produced an heir. So their baby is a boy, which I mean, the baby's a baby. Sometimes I'm like, unless it's announced, I don't know, because it's so beautiful. I was like, that could be a girl, that could be a boy, whatever. So it's good that he clarified it like that. Like, yes, he's not second in command. He never technically will be.
Yeah.
So he's like, so I don't have to produce an heir. And I think it was also because she ends up not getting her period. Like, I mean, I'm sorry.
She's not pregnant.
She's not pregnant. Yeah, she ends up getting her period a few days later than she imagined. But she's like, okay, it's whatever for them. But when he says it to her, he's kind of just like matter of fact. And then when he was saying it to Lady Danbury, you could see that it was kind of
like he
him.
was really upset by it because he is like kind of going through a midlife crisis, almost realizing that like his existence is useless now.
He's always been seen too as I wouldn't say the black sheep, because black sheeps typically in families are like the ones that people don't pay attention to, and he's very like. He is the caring older brother that will always be not the sidekick, but like the best friend, right?
Yeah.
Like him and Eloise are like this.
Him
the
and
way he
Hyacinth
danced
now is like that.
Yeah.
Too.
Even him and Francesca, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he is that brother that will always be with them.
He's a fun brother.
Yeah. But also the one that they don't go to in a sense for not reliability, but technically reliability, right?
Like Gregory didn't go to him for relationship advice.
Right. He goes to Colin, or everybody goes to Anthony, because to them, that's kind of like their dad now since they lost him.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Hyacinth.
Yeah.
That's her dad,
Father
technically.
figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Francesca and Michaela have now bonded and formed a friendship. So they squashed the tension between them, or they find out why there was tension. They realize they both really, really love John. Obviously, Michaela, that's her bestie, like since they were 3. So they grew up together. That's the only person that knows her through and through. And that's how Francesca feels too. So they're like, we're not trying to pull him away from each other. Let's just all be friends. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
They kind of become a trio.
Yeah.
Yes. And then also in this episode, Cressida is throwing a ball to re-announce herself back into society.
Yes.
And so Penelope goes back to the queen to give her a proposition or asking her to come to Cressida's party. This is where Lady Mondrich gives the idea about, I don't know if she gives the idea about the queen not going, but then
I think she did give the idea.
Does.
Okay, it was her. So then
she's like, make a statement by not
attending.
Up. Yeah.
And then
Cressida wants
Penelope.
No, wait. Cressida does not want Penelope to write about her, right? But the queen does.
She does. She wants Penelope, Lady Whistledown, to write favorably of her return to society. That way, the queen always listens to Lady Whistledown. So the queen will have some type of favor with her if Penelope does.
Right.
And then society will follow.
And then, but the queen is like, fuck Cressida. Yeah. Like, she's not with it. The ball does happen this episode, right? Or is it episode 7?
It is this episode.
Yeah. And then the queen ends up not showing up to her ball. By the way, she decorated everything in fucking pink. This girl loves that color.
That color.
This is coral
thing. Yeah,
Not
that's coral.
pink.
That's not pink.
Very
It's like
Asian.
pink, like Jigglypuff pink.
Everything is pink. And the Penwoods walk in talking shit in Cantonese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, okay, let's go representation.
Yes. But the queen does not show up. And then this is where what's her name? Penelope or Lady Whistledown finally gives out her final column. And also it's like in Cressa didn't know. So she was like, what the fuck is going on? Because she already knew that Penelope wasn't going to write nicely about her in a sense. Like she was like, I'm not going to make you look better. So when she sees the Whistledown columns come out, she's freaking out, Cressida. But then it's to announce that this is Lady Whistledown's last column.
Yeah.
And so now that kind of, she helped the queen in a sense of like, because the queen wasn't coming, now Cressida isn't going to look bad because then people that didn't go to the ball wouldn't know that she never showed up. And then Cressida's like, oh my God, you did make me look good in a way.
Because like a big event happened at her ball. So
Right.
like people will talk about it. It's like, oh, at Cressida's ball this happened.
So it's like a win-win for sure.
I really liked the scene because I saw like a compilation of on TikTok of people saying like the season did really well with like goodbyes. So the one scene when Penelope decides to write her final column and it does a little like shift of like her and her ugly ass curls in the mirror and then her. I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
I saw a meme that said when it's showing her back in the day, they're like, this is when you curl your hair with a straightener.
Yes.
And then it goes, and this is when you curl it
The
with a Dyson air dryer.
Yes. Those ugly ass curls. So that's the end of Penelope as Lady Whistledown.
Yeah.
In this episode too, I just saw it. Oh, in this episode as well, the queen also finally gives her unspoken approval to Lady Danbury.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So for her to leave. I teared up at that part. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
I did too.
sad.
It was very sad. Every time I saw them, I was like, fuck. And then a couple final things in this. Well, no, there's quite a few things. Going back to the Bridgertons. So this episode is also where Lord Milk Chocolate, I don't remember his fucking
Anderson.
name. Anderson.
But you can just call him
anyone's fucking name.
Milk
You
chocolate.
can call him Lord
If
Milk
you're not
Chocolate.
Bridgertons. Lord Anderson, he visits Violet again, and then he finally gives his actual proposal of marriage to her.
Which she
says yes.
accepts.
She does accept.
But she tells him that she still doesn't want to tell the family. She's like, let's just keep it amongst us two because a major event just occurred. Which is the death.
No, it wasn't yet.
But why does she tell him not to say anything yet?
I just think that she just doesn't. She wants to tell them in their own time.
Oh, I thought it was because of that.
Well, there is a scene after that. So, the Kilmartins. I keep wanting to say Killmonger. It's Kilmartins. You see them like getting along. They're building a little puzzle together. The three of them are like finally getting along. And then John is like, "Oh, I have a headache. Like it's Parliament. I'm gonna go lay down, go to sleep."
Ask Francesca to wake him up later.
For dinner.
Yep. Ask Francesca to wake him up for dinner. She goes to wake him up, and then he is not waking up, and he died.
In his sleep.
Yep.
He had a brain aneurysm, right?
So he bled out while he was asleep.
And then also one other storyline, sorry. Sophie also tells Benedict at the end of this episode that she is leaving the Bridgerton house. So she's saying goodbye to him.
Yeah.
And that's how episode 6 ends.
I cried.
I cried.
With obviously Danbury and Queen Charlotte, and then also when John dies. I knew that's how he died because I remember looking it up ago when it was like, how, like, when people are like, oh my gosh, Michaela Michael at the end of season 3. So then I was like, huh? Who is that? So I looked up the synopsis of her book and it was like, oh yeah, she falls in love with John. They have a happily marriage, and then he dies of a brain aneurysm. He goes to sleep and doesn't wake up. And then through her grief, she forms a relationship with his cousin through both of their griefs, Michael, and then whatever. So I was like, oh, Michael, Michaela, okay. And I connected that because I was like, what is she doing? She's married. Like, is she having an affair? So when he said he had a headache, I was like, next scene, he's dead.
Yeah.
As soon
Like, he's dead.
There was one scene
It's coming.
before that, like as soon as he was looking at the two of them getting along, I was like, he's gonna die. This is the episode he's dying.
Yeah.
So we open episode 7 with the funeral of John. Benedict gives a speech because Anthony is absent. So he's like, I am the one who's going to be giving the speech. And yeah, then we go through the Bridgertons host the wake, I guess it would be called, for John. And you see Francesca like kind of acting differently than what everyone expects of someone to be acting in mourning. She's worried about how many biscuits are out. She's wanting to make sure everyone's served. And everyone's trying to tell her kind of how she can relax and mourn and whatever.
It's her way of processing.
And I liked in that scene that Sophie recognizes that she is needing to take a moment. And so she's like, oh, your hair's coming undone. Let's go upstairs to fix it. And so she kind of talks to her about her own grief with her father and relates back to her as well.
But that's when she also noticed Sophie that she's not wearing her mother's necklace anymore because she tells her that her mom died when she was young. And so she's like, she likes to think of her father's memories, but then she also has a reminder of her mother with a necklace. And then she's like, wait, where the fuck is the necklace? And she hasn't been wearing it for quite some time, but she didn't realize. Yeah. Obviously it fell off when she was banging Benedict.
Yep. What else?
I think Hannah Dodd, that's the girl that plays Francesca, she did a very, I like how she portrayed Francesca's processing because it was very like Francesca. So like we learn about Francesca in season 3, how she's just very quiet. She sees herself as an outcast in her own family because she's not lively like all of them and this and this and that. You know, she prefers quiet moments over loud moments and whatever. And she's exactly like that when she is grieving, but not allowing herself to grieve outwardly. And so I was like, that's exactly how Francesca would do it.
We also, I just saw something. Oh, and then in the whole grieving with Francesca, there is a scene as well where her and Michaela are kind of talking about John, and Michaela is saying that in Scotland, right? How they celebrate the death of loved ones rather than mourning by, you know, sharing stories and dancing and having a good time. And so
like celebrating their life rather than mourning their death passing.
And then also, and Francesca kind of is like, you know, was what I did for John not enough? Like, again, continually not feeling like she's done enough for John. Francesca also visits with her family again. And it's another scene of Eloise telling Francesca, like, you can mourn, like you can, you know, let your emotions out. And she's like, this is how I handle my emotions. I'm not one to let it out. And that's when she reveals to them that she is pregnant.
That she thinks she's pregnant. And she's like, I don't want to stress because then I'm going to stress the baby. So, but she tells only it's Eloise and
Penelope.
Oh yeah,
Penelope is there.
And so she just tells him like, keep it a secret. Please don't say anything. But there's all the things also that she has to do as a widow, right? So she needs to settle his all of affairs and like parliament shit and whatever. And so
Benedict helps her.
Benedict comes in, helps her. There's a, I don't know what you would call them, judge or whatever, the guy that comes to the house to talk to them.
Somebody of the government.
Yeah, like a proprietor or something like that.
Probably to do with Parliament because Jean was in Parliament.
Yeah.
Right. So he's like, okay, we need to look at whether there's like a will or a thing, or if she is going to be producing an heir, which she does say, you know, I'm pregnant. He's like, okay, well, we need to confirm that. That's where Benedict finds out.
He loses school again. He's like,
He's like, I'm tired of society telling us what we have to do because they want to do an examination on her to prove that she's pregnant because they don't believe her word.
Right. And they want her to do it like ASAP.
And she doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, can we wait on that? And that scene pissed me off so bad because it's that fake, like, empathy that the
guy
Parliament guy gave her. Like, I completely understand. But isn't it better to know now than later? And I'm like, you are a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's pissing me off. I was like, I would have punched. If I was Benedict, I would punch him.
I love that Benedict still wasn't the one to be like, well, Francesca. She was just like, fine, we'll just fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, he was down to protect her.
Benedict and Sophie just be helping everybody out in the family.
Mm-hmm. Also, in the first half of this episode, this is where we see Violet and Lord
Anderson.
Violet tells him that they're gonna postpone saying anything in
because of Francesca.
What else happens here? Oh, Sophie. We finally see Alfie. Alfie hasn't been in anything yet, so we finally see Alfie and Sophie because Sophie is telling Alfie about her leaving. I think this is when she says to go to the Americas.
No, she's confirming to Alfie about the position.
Yes.
And then he's like, it's already taken now.
Yes.
Something. She was supposed to go back to Penwood House or something. And then they ended up accepting somebody else. And then he tells her, but I know another family, but they're leaving for the Americas and you'd have to leave in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so then she was like, okay.
Yeah. So then she plans to go to the Americas. Back to Francesca. Then there is a scene with her and Violet, which made me cry because Violet is trying to console Francesca. And she's trying to relate to her, obviously, because her husband also passed and Francesca loses it. And she's like, I'm tired of you trying to say that you understand. Like, you don't understand. You've produced 8 children for our father that he was able to love, and then you also have pieces of him, and now I have nothing because she finds out that she is not with child. Yeah.
The scene where they checked her made me cry.
Yeah.
And then that scene happens right after, and I was like, yeah.
And I feel bad for
sucks.
Violet because she's trying her best, but obviously all of her children are going through some fucked up shit.
Yeah. There's also the scene where Sophie tries to console Benedict somewhere. I think this is after the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
It's like during, he's like out in the garden or something.
Yeah, like during the wake. Mm-hmm. And this is when she told him this is after the fact that she had told him she was going to leave. And he's just like, he's like, I'm going to lose the love of my life. People are telling me I can't be with her. My sister just lost her husband. I got to be there for my family. So he's just like, he's fucking over everybody. He's
like, over I just want to go to my cottage. Yes. Then, so after we kind of pull out of Francesca's storyline, we go back to the Penwoods. So this is also the episode where Sophie is now kind of like, Posey is now kind of like plotting to help Sophie. So the Penwoods, Rosamund and Araminda, they decide to leave Posey just to hang out by herself, but they really implore
I forgot her name.
Varley to follow her, but Posey ditches her and climbs out of a window to go find Sophie. Yep. To alert Sophie that Araminda's
trying to put her in jail.
Yeah, trying to put her in jail for the shoe
clips.
Then when she gets back, Araminta, Varley's like waiting outside because she's like, I want time to myself. I want to read. So she closes like whatever that room is. And then Varley's just waiting outside like, would you like your tea? She's like, what the fuck is this girl doing in there?
Yeah.
Finds out she's missing.
Yeah.
And then when, she comes back, Araminta, she tells her like, oh, she she jumped out the window, this and that, but then they end up seeing Posey is like, hey, I'm here, like I didn't do anything. And she gets it out of her. So she lies to Posey. What was the lie she told her?
She says that she knows that Sophie is at the Bridgertons. And so she mentions that she is going to have, like, she's trying to have Sophie arrested for the shoe clips. And that's what gets it out of Posey, that she's like, oh, Mom, you don't have to worry. She's leaving to the Americas. Yeah. So, like, you don't have to worry about trying to arrest her for it.
Yeah.
And so that's how
she confirms that she's there.
Yeah, she confirms that she's at the Bridgertons and plots to have her arrested.
Yeah. She, like, appealed to Posey's, like, soft side with her story about, like, her children being without their father and blah, 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 and, like, a sob story. And then, yeah.
And this is also where Araminta is, like, we know that she's the villain in the story, but now we know she's really, truly the villain because she fires all of her housemaids. She's about to fire Varley because Varley sets up their table for tea, how the Featheringtons liked it. Not purposely. She just was never told, like, we like to have it in our study, whatever. And so she's like, I'm so tired. What does she call her? My previous lady. What do they say? I forget the term that they call them. Like their previous employer. I forgot what she calls her, but she was like, oh, I have your tea here. This is how, whatever. And she's like, I'm so sick and tired of you saying that. Like, she brings it up all the time. Yeah. She's like, I'm going to fire you, but then this is her last thing to be like, spy on Posey to tell me where she is.
Yeah.
And Varley's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't get paid enough for this shit. That's what I said.
Okay. And then, so the end of this episode, we have Francesca decides to agree with Michaela to have the celebration of life for John. They do their little moose dance, whatever she calls it.
The stag.
Stag, that's what it is. And then the end of the episode, we see Benedict has Sophie's necklace from when they had sex. He's finally realizing, he's like, oh my God, same person. And so he's, going to look for Sophie. Someone says she's leaving for the Americas. So he's like frantic to find her. At the same time, Sophie is leaving and she's arrested by Araminta and taken away. And then at the same time, Benedict's coming out of the house and he misses her. And that's the end of episode 7.
Yes.
I really liked Francesca's speech because everybody was saying their little stories and she, as usual, is always quiet. She doesn't really speak up. And then when they're about to start their dance, she's like, I'd actually like to say something. And what she says is, I love everything that she says.
She basically says, like, that's the love of her life, but also her truest friend that she's ever had.
Yeah. And I like how they showed how people in part 1, viewers were judging how they were interpreting Francesca's story because John is her truest love in the books. And they were like, all of a sudden you just throw Michaela down our throat. Like, what happened to her and John loving and whatever. And I think they portrayed that very well in part 2.
Them getting closer together in, like, grief and everything.
No, of how Francesca felt about John. Yeah. That it truly is, like, that's her love, that whole thing. And then in her next season, whether they do the dual season or they're like, oh, we're going to focus on one or the other, they're going to pull different storylines.
Oh, yeah.
But that'll probably show now, her relationship with Michaela. But it does show, like, with the little time that they had to get her to her season, her actual feelings for her husband.
Yeah.
Right.
So by words, the way she deals with grief, all that stuff.
I mean, I didn't feel like Michaela was shoved down my throat. I was just like, oh, okay. But that's how I felt.
No, not necessarily like that. More so, I shouldn't say Michaela being shoved down the throat. It's more so John being put in the shadows. Oh, okay. Like, as if his relationship with Francesca never mattered.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or wasn't important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, beginning of the last episode 8, It opens with Sophie in prison, and Sophie is trying to make a call to someone, and so she's like, "Can you please call my friend Alfie?" The guard there is basically saying that like Araminta is out to get her, so whoever that she calls, she needs to think wisely about it because Araminta is going to go after her friend. So Sophie is like, "Never mind, like I don't want to put Alfie in danger. Don't call him." At the same time.
And this is also the real reason why Araminta hates Sophie so much. She was never told when she married the late Penwood, Gunn, that's his name, Lord Gunn, that he had a child out of wedlock. Not wedlock. Illegitimate. Thank you. I was like, that is the right term, but not for this era. So he had an illegitimate child. And the fact that she was going to be stuck with Sophie forever. And she didn't want her position in society to look different because because Sophie was a part of their family.
Yeah.
So that's why she made her a maid. And so she just hates her because she feels like she fell in love with this man and he put her in a position that she would never be able to technically change. And then, of course, like he died. So she's like, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want and whatever. So she's just hated her forever for selfish reasons, for image reasons.
Yeah.
Again, biggest
and also
fucking
out
villain.
of Sophie's control, obviously.
Yeah.
So we see the Bridgertons are frantically trying to help. One of the maids does come to confirm to them that she did not leave for the Americas because Benedict's like, I gotta get a boat. I gotta go.
Hazel.
And Hazel says that she didn't end up going to the Americas because she got word through the system of the staff that she is in prison. So then the Bridgertons show up to the courthouse and they basically plead for the case of Sophie, that basically saying that like she didn't do this. If you're going to put her on bail, like at least release her back to us so then we can we can house her until a decision is made.
Yeah.
I love when Benedict calls out Araminta at the courthouse because she says something about, she basically is just telling them like she stole from me, like all this kind of stuff. And he basically tells her, or like, are you going to trust them? She stole from me, this and that. And then he's just like, for fucking shoe clips, like you really going to put that?
She's like, that weren't even real?
Yeah. And then she's like, it's not about the shoe clips. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, bitch.
When does Violet have the conversation with Benedict? Isn't it before they go to the courthouse?
Which conversation?
The conversation where she meets him at his house and then he calls her hypocritical.
That was the last episode.
Oh, towards the end of the last episode.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the second time he
pops off on
her. And then he goes, forgive me, and runs away.
Forgive me. But yeah, the judge is in favor of Sophie going back to live at the Bridgerton household until a decision is made otherwise. So
they put them in the same hallway too.
So then Sophie is put up in a guest house instead of the servant quarters.
The main maid was like, I got you, girl. I'll be right there.
And her and Benedict are in the same hallway, but they're like under the conditions that you do not see each other. Mind you, you're across the hall from each other. And then, Hazel is like, don't worry, I got it. And so she seduces John. Who's standing in front of Benedict's door. Because she literally just comes up to him and she's like, you're looking very handsome. He's like, really?
Easy.
Yes. And so then Sophie is able to go visit Benedict. And then they talk.
No, they fuck.
That's
their tub scene.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, they
do talk first.
They do talk. They don't actually fuck.
She's like, I don't remember.
Use their hands.
Yeah, so they have their bathtub scene.
Yes.
Apparently, it took them 6 hours to film that scene.
Goddamn. Because I'm sure Sophie was like, yeah, no, take your time.
And then the actress Yedin, she was like, the tub is so long. And she was like, I'm only 5'2", and I was like, I had to like.
Oh, she's like slipping.
She kept slipping, and he had to like hold her.
Yeah. Okay, and then after this bathtub scene, this is where they're trying to figure out how they're going to figure out Sophie's arrest. So Violet is convinced that she has to be of legitimate heritage because in her mind, there's no way that she could have lived with the Penwoods and not been legitimate or in the will. And so then Sophie asks for Eloise's help to get back into the Penwood household to view the will.
Well, the reason why she also wants to view the will is because before they get in the bathtub or after they do, it doesn't matter. It's during that scene. Benedict is asking her about, she finally tells Benedict who she is.
Yeah.
So she's like, my father is Lord Penwood Gunn, blah, blah, whatever, or the late one, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, oh, and she feels like her father never loved her because she was told he never left her anything in the will. And he was like,
it's like, did you look at it?
Like, did you see the will, girl?
And she's like, no, Araminta told me that. And he goes, why would you trust anything that this
literally
woman
he's
says?
Just like, did you see the will?
Yeah. So he gives her the courage they need to find some plan so that she can actually see it. And that's the first time she ever thinks of that. For how intelligent Sophie is.
She's a little stupid.
Girl, you're a little stupid for not thinking that. That's the only part that I'll call you.
She's just like queen of self-doubt, literally.
Yeah.
So she involved Eloise to get back into the Penwood house because she goes to visit Cressida for tea.
And Eloise is like, yay.
Um,
Oh, we're missing some stuff. So everybody ends up finding out. This is when she gets arrested. Everybody finds out that Benedict is in love with Sophie.
Yep.
So
Eloise and Penelope are like,
yeah.
what?
So in the last episode, when they talk, the reason why he calls his mom hypocritical, and I forgot everything he said, but basically he tells her he loves her, and she's like, whoa, like she wasn't expecting
everything.
that. Yeah. So she's like, this changes everything. Like, you're not trying to just use her or just run away with her. Like,
Right.
He's like, there's never been a time where I've ever been in love. And I forgot what it was. We need to look it up because it was such a
his
great
speech to her, to Violet.
his
Well,
mom.
he said something about like, how you've always preached how you want us to marry for love and like this and that. And now I finally found it. And you're saying something like that.
We're almost there, viewers. We got to get this one right. It was so good. And then he said, forgive me. He runs off. Oh, that's right.
Forgive me.
So he's just upset. Oh, and that's when he goes in that turmoil of like, I'm tired of society telling us what we can and cannot do and blah, 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 blah. So then when she gets arrested is when he goes back to talk to his mom, but the whole fucking family is there. And he's like, we got to talk about Sophie. And then fucking Colin, who's Sophie? And everybody knows who Sophie is. And he's like, who is that?
He's a big idiot.
Yeah. And then they find out that he's in love with her. And they're all like, oh, okay, this is different.
They're like, we didn't hear anything of this.
Yeah. And then when she goes to Eloise pretends that she's upset with her to be like, ugh. Like,
yeah. And she's
you're
like,
a maid.
Sophie's like, please forgive me. And she's like, ugh.
Yeah. And then she was like, I'm just sad you didn't tell me sooner. And she's like, giddy.
Yeah.
Because she loves
I'm
her.
sad I didn't figure it out.
She's been liking her ever since they connected on books.
Yeah.
Literally.
So she's like, oh my God, yes, another intelligent girl.
Yes. And so also in episode 8, Violet does give Benedict her blessing, sort of. Like she kind of goes through all of the things that will happen if he decides to go away with her. Like she's just sad because he will have to basically choose her or his family because of the way that society thinks. They will communicate via letters, but he won't be able to come back to their house as much. And so he kind of just has to be at peace with that if he decides to pursue a life with Sophie.
Yeah.
But she still gives the blessing.
Yeah. And she lets him know, like, you're always going to be my son. My love for you is never going to change because of that. And I think it's just that reminder, right? Like, you tell us to follow our love. So she, no matter what, is just like, do you, boo-boo?
Yeah.
I will be there for you. Is that when she has the conversation of young Violet? Like how she used to be?
I think it's kind of in in that storyline as well.
Yeah, because that conversation with him was really good too.
Yeah.
How she's like, before she found Edmund, her husband, that she used to be very lively and free and like wild. And she's like, you are basically an exact replica of how I used to be, which translates as to why she's also a little bit hesitant on bringing up her proposal to Lord Anderson.
Yeah.
Because for her, it's not, well, we're not there yet, but just keep going. Yeah.
Also should mention in the beginning of this episode, the Queen is having a going away party for Lady Danbury. And so she sends out invitations, and Lady Featherington is looking at the invitation, and she's like, it's so small, because it's like a little excerpt about how it's for Lady Danbury's going away. And she was like, something about how she's like slighting her or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lady Danbury also tells the Queen about Benedict falling in love with a maid. In one of their visits.
I think Violet asks her, she's like, can you try to help us out and like get the Queen's favor to approve this?
Because they had like a week before the next time they were supposed to go to the court.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the Queen Shard's like, too bad.
She's like, no. And Lady Mondrich is overhearing their conversation. And so she is also trying to help. And so Lady Mondrich, I like her as well.
Yeah.
She goes to talk to her husband, and she's like, I want to find my own place. I want to make a difference, as Lady Danbury has. And so I want to help Benedict and the maid basically figure out their place in society.
She gets his approval, though, too, because she's like, this could potentially ruin my position if I go forward with this. But she's like, I have to. She's like, for the people.
Yeah.
For the people. Because she was the people.
Mm-hmm. That part.
Okay. And then bing. Eloise and Hyacinth kind of make up, because Hyacinth has like a breakdown.
Yeah. So after John dies, Hyacinth is like, she's never dealt with death before because her father passed away when her mom was pregnant with her. So she never really understood that, right? Like, people die. Like, yes, you can fall in love and then they can just die in the snap. So John is the first experience for her on that, and she doesn't know how to handle that.
Process it. Yeah.
And even her, like, she's going to Francesca, like, I'm so sorry. Francesca's like, I don't want to talk about it, whatever. Anyways, so for her, she's just like, she thought it was all glamour and all these things because she was so excited to finally be, what do they call that? What do they call the season? Or be in season, I guess you could say that, right? And
debut.
then
Society.
her debut, yeah. So she fucking goes 180 and just she's upset about it. She starts throwing all her shit. Gregory makes a comment that makes me laugh so hard. So she's throwing all this shit in her room, like, fuck her, being a debutante and all these things. Like, she doesn't want it anymore because she doesn't want to deal with the heartbreak. Gregory's trying to help her. Eloise comes upstairs and she's like, what's going on? And he's like, mother should have stopped at 8, which was him. But they have what does she kind of tell her to help her with her feelings?
So she's basically saying that, like, there's a lot of good to come out of marriage that she has now seen, which is their siblings.
Family.
Yeah, them having each other. Otherwise they wouldn't have each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so they reconcile. After this, we go to the Queen's ball for Lady Danbury. This is where everything else kind of unfolds. So,
how did they get Hyacinth in there, or how did they get
Hyacinth wasn't at that one. She was at Cressida's.
As a maid. She was disguised.
Oh, why did they disguise her?
Because she's technically not supposed to be there.
And
she's
she
too
wanted
young still.
Yeah, but she just wanted to see it.
She wants to see what it's
And
like.
Sophie was like, I have the perfect
So Eloise
disguise.
said, we're going to sneak you out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's her first time not being, because nobody recognized her, which I think is ridiculous. Yeah. But I get it. Like,
they're always looking at them.
They don't see the maids at all.
But even Violet I would have thought Violet would see her immediately and be like, go home.
Bitch.
Get your ass to bed.
Yeah.
So yes, they go to the Queen's ball for Lady Danbury. The Bridgertons devise a plan to sneak Sophie into the ball. They dress her up. When they're announcing themselves to the greeter at the door, Violet's kind of like, oh yeah, I'm Violet Bridgerton. This is my family. They're all like going in.
It's like Violet with plus whatever. She's like, yeah, more or less.
She's got a million fucking kids. Nobody cares.
You know, 8 children, yada, yada, yada.
Eloise and Posey have a really good conversation because, you know, she's kind of comparing her to Cressida because Eloise is like, I have a friend who was also kind of in the shadow of her family, kind of doing what they wanted. They didn't treat her well. And so she's saying, like, you don't also have to live under the
She said, you don't have to listen to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, don't allow them to rule your life.
Yeah.
You can do what you want to.
And we see Posey has a love interest in one of the men.
They're so cute.
Who always asks her to dance, and she always turns him down.
Which Eloise is like, he's like a proper suitor. Like that's a good one.
Yeah, like go after him.
Yeah.
And then the Queen calls for Araminta and Rosamond, but it's not the Queen. It is
Lady Mondrich.
Lady Mondrich says the Queen calls for you.
Yeah.
Takes them. It's really the Bridgertons and Sophie. They reveal that they know that Sophie was in the will and that their father, Lord Penwood, had left a allowance every year. Was it?
So
£4,000 for every.
It was £4,000 for every year she was with Sophie. That they kept Sophie on is how they kind of worded it.
Like housed Sophie or something.
But she was like, that I wasn't supposed to be a fucking maid, bitch. Like that just
who didn't get
you
paid anything.
With me.
She didn't even pay her.
Yeah. And then on top of that, he left all the daughters £18,000 or something.
Of a dowry.
Yeah. But Araminta stole Sophie's portion and gave it to Rosamond, doubling hers so that she could marry her off, and did it because she treats Posey like shit. So she's not just doing poorly to Sophie. She's also doing poorly to her own daughter, that she was just like, Rosamond is going to get us where we need to get.
Yeah, she's like, I don't care.
And then Rosamond was like, you didn't believe like my beauty and charm was enough. You had to double my dowry amount.
Well, what's funny is that, so I guess she'd never had them talk about it, right? Where Posey is like Sophie says it to her, right? And she's like, yeah, she did this and that, whatever. And Rosamond's like, there's no way. And she's like, £18,000. Like, this is what I make. She's like, what about you? And she's like, oh my 36. God, I have 36.
Yeah.
Which that kind of shows right there that also too, it was a slight hint that like, yeah, Rosamond always follows her mom, but I don't think she would have ever done that to her sister. Because she
still
just
cared
like,
for her sister.
Oh,
she just thought her sister was ditzy and stupid, but she still loved her sister.
Yeah.
So then as they're having that conversation, Lady Mondrich goes to get the Queen, and she's like, the maid is here that Benedict is in love.
This is their story.
Yeah, this is their story. Like, she basically wants to include her in on the gossip. And so the Queen is like, okay, like, let's go see them.
Before she walks in, though, they try to have an agreement because they want... So Violet and Benedict are basically telling Araminta that she needs to drop all the charges. And she's like, unless you want us to expose you, you need to... Like, we need to say that Sophie is of legitimate line. Yeah. So that she's part of her father's brother or something, right? Like she's a cousin. She's someone that's actually legitimate, and that Araminta's like, no, like, rah, like the whole time. And I'm like, bitch, fucking let it go. Like, she will not let it go. And
well, she was like, I think it was something like, if you expose me, then I'll expose her. And then Violet was like, that's why we need to have a mutual understanding that nobody does anything. And
there was like more to it, though. I mean, no, she does say that, but they said something to get her to understand, because there was like, it's like a double whammy, but there was like, this is the key to everything.
Well, they threatened to have her arrested for stealing dowry.
Oh, that's
over so many years. Like they could have her arrested if she wants to go after her for fucking shoe clips. They're like, okay,
that's right.
Reverse bitch, you can be arrested for stealing years of a dowry.
Yeah. So I think that's the key. The last part where she was like,
they were like, we're gonna fucking get you arrested.
They're like, we're one up, girl.
And so, Lady Mondrish's speech to the queen I really liked as well. So she goes to the queen and she's like, the maid is here if you want to come see her. And appealing to the queen's side of wanting gossip, she's like, you avidly just dismiss the lower class. But she's like, but you're missing out on all of the gossip that comes from all the lower class because Sophie is someone who loves the arts, who's passionate about X, Y, and Z. But you're missing that out because you're just dismissing them. So that's what gets the queen up to go visit. And
she made haste. She said, let's go.
She said, the tea. I gotta find the tea.
I'm parched.
So then the queen visits and then they introduce Sophie as Sophie Gunn.
Gunn, yeah.
And so the queen is like, where's the maid? Because she's never seen Sophie before. And then Lady Mondrish is like, I'm so sorry. I guess I was mistaken. And yeah, they introduced her as Gunn.
I love that she called her the diamond. She's like, you would have been the diamond of the season. Just goes to show queen. I mean, you got to be of society. But she sees beauty in everybody.
Yeah, and then they make up a little story about Sophie to, kind of fool the queen. But the queen in the end is like, she's like laughing. She's like, I fucking know this is the maid. Like, you guys don't have to bullshit me.
And they were cackling. Her and Lady Danbury were cackling so hard.
Cackling.
Oh, I took it as, I didn't take it as that. I took it as she was just like, what kind of fucking story did you guys give me for me to like be entertained, which she was entertained.
Oh, I took it as Queen Charlotte knew all along.
I don't think she did because she wouldn't have. Well, maybe. There's two ways. You never know.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think. If she actually knew or if she was like, this is the most fucking ridiculous story ever, but I had so much fun.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. And they're fucking having a time. And they're laughing so loud.
Yeah.
Just her and Lady Danbury. She's like, and then I'm like, does no one like
hear them?
I would just be watching them. I know, but I was like, I'd be like watching them like, are they okay?
What else happens?
They go back to the party, and because Rosamund's dowry is now halved, the man who's going to marry her
he said, like, forget it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, forget it. Posey gets proposed to.
Yay.
Middle of the party. And then also Benedict proposes to Sophie.
Posey got proposed to or asked to dance?
I think proposed to.
Oh, I think she just got asked to dance.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, but she
I was like, damn, that was quick.
Sophie and Benedict proposes to her.
But that's when, everybody was like, uh-oh, what is Araminda going to do now? Because Rosamund, whatever. And then Eloise is like, I think they'll be fine. Yeah. And that's where you see Posey.
Yeah.
And we get a clip of Sophie and Benedict dancing, which in my mind, I was like, wait, she doesn't know how to dance. But then everyone was doing the arms. She wasn't doing the arms.
Yeah, I noticed that. She was just like this. They were all doing
and they were like doing all the arms. Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, she doesn't know how to dance.
This is also where Violet tells Lord Anderson, she's like, I don't think I'm ready to marry yet, pretty much.
Which I enjoyed her speech.
So technically, in her own way, she proposes for him to be her, what would you call a man, like opposite of a mistress? Whatever. Gigolo. Yeah. She basically, like, the way she's saying, like, she's like, why can't we still have our little rendezvous and this and that? And he's like, I don't want that. Yeah. And it's,
he's like, I want to share life with you.
Yeah. It's
sneak around.
Literally just foreshadowing, like, her and Benedict are the exact same.
Yeah.
And this is what I was trying to say earlier, that they're saying the reason why she was hesitating all this time is because she gave up her young life, the freedom of her young life, because she fell in love. But in her own doing, like, she wanted that. She fell in love. She became a wife. She became a mom. She has 8 fucking kids. She's been doing this shit for years, where now it's like, do you want to just jump back into that again and recycle and do it over again? And for her, she's like, I want to go back to that just for a little
She's like,
bit.
I just want to have my independence and be my own person for a little while.
Yeah. And have a Mr. Mistress.
Yeah. We also see that. Yes. We also see that Varley and Lady Featherington make up in the ending. Because
the gossip duo.
Yeah. Varley is like, I think I'm owed an apology. And she's like, no. And then she was like, well, actually, I guess I did give you last season's dresses. So, and then they gossip and, you know, they rekindled their thing.
Go ahead.
Before we cut to the very ending, the last thing that does happen is that Michaela leaves. She leaves in the middle of the night and ditches Francesca when they agreed that they would be there for each other, because Francesca was like, will you please stay?
Yeah.
And Michaela's like, I'm here. And she was like, I know, but like you bounce around a lot. Like, can you just stay here with me and keep me company? She agrees to it, but then she leaves.
I think at this point, Michaela realizes she has feelings for Francesca and she doesn't want to cross a boundary. That's what I got from that.
Probably.
Yeah, there was a moment that they
held
hands, and you could see it in Michaela's face where it was like, oh shit.
Yeah. So she leaves in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And then
you also have Penelope's writing her novel.
Yeah.
And then Colin is like, I thought you were done writing Lady Whistledown. And she's like, I am. I'm writing my novel. And then he hands her the Lady Whistledown column. And he's like, well, who is this then?
Oh, yeah.
And then we get a new narrator voice.
Yes.
It's a different narrator.
I don't like it.
Because it's not Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
Yes.
We get a new narrator voice, and there's a new Lady Whistledown.
Yeah.
What do you guys think is...
I was going to ask you guys the same thing.
So I'm in between 3... Well, actually, I think I'm in between 2 people. But who do you think it is? Did you even think about it?
Don't ask me for a second. I think about it for a second.
Oh. Did you ever think about it?
I did. So my initial thought was... So, okay. One, I've seen people online say that they think it's Hyacinth. Because they think that, I don't know, she's finding different purposes. I don't know if I think it's Hyacinth.
I think it might. So one of my predictions is Hyacinth, because when she got a taste of what it's like to be invisible when she was a maid, and that she could, you know, observe and things like that. Because also too, like, she doesn't want to keep pushing. She didn't want to keep pushing forward in the whole marriage thing. She still has a couple years, right? Like, her mom's not going to marry her the next season. She's still too young. But for her, she has time to be the wallflower in a sense. So that's why I thought it could be her. Fuck, there was another person and I totally forgot who was in the top of my head.
The more obvious choice for me would be Eloise, because obviously she's going to have her love story. So like, I don't think it's going to be Eloise. My other thought that I think could be is Violet, because she wanted her independence. She made a whole speech about how she wants to be more than just a mother and a wife. So I was like, maybe she could be the new Lady Whistledown, because she always knows everything that's going on and her intuition on everything is always right.
Do you think Lady Whistledown is always a Bridgerton? Or, like,
no.
essential to the Bridgerton story? Like,
no, I think another, it finally came back to my head. I think it could be Lady Mondrich, because she sees how entertained the queen is and how she reacted with the gossip that she gave her.
That's a good one.
So I think it could be her. And I also thought, I was like, Cressida could fucking
She's
be like,
it.
let me try again.
She's like, round 2.
Yeah.
And now I can actually...
She's like, no one will suspect me.
So those are my 3.
Yeah.
Did you have another one?
Lady Mondrich is a good one, I think. I think I thought Cressida at one point. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know if that would be obvious, though. I know it's a lady narrator, but I think it would be fun if it was a guy.
I was just thinking that. I was like, watch this fucking Gregory.
Yeah. I think it would be fun if it was a guy. But
or if it's, what's his name? Brimsley?
Oh, Brimsley.
No, he couldn't. He doesn't get enough tea. He's next to the queen all the
Alfie?
time. Oh my God, that would
John?
be great if it could be him.
Yeah.
John? Who's John?
The Bridgertons.
The Bridgertons,
man.
like, main butler
man.
person.
Oh, that's his name. Okay.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah.
I
or
hope
they
it's,
should just keep Posey and it'll be Posey.
That would be funny.
that'd be cool too.
She's like, you all thought I was stupid as fuck. Look at me now.
And then the season ends with a post-credit scene that ripped my fucking heart out, because I was literally getting ready and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm like ready. I'm just like getting my themes. And I was like, okay, I gotta play the post-credit scene. And I see fucking Alfie come out walking her down the aisle.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I know. And
Yeah.
like the Crabtrees were there at their wedding. The one
I like that all the servants were on one side. Well, not like that, but they included them. That's what
Yeah.
I was trying to say.
the head maid
You
at
heard
the
it for
Tenwood
first.
house.
Maciel is for, what is it called? Segregation.
They segregated society at their wedding. So yes.
Oh my god. Kate's dress,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
stunning.
She's so pretty.
She's so pretty. I loved her dress.
I like that she always, because obviously she lives in India, so it's not like she has the traditional England attire. It's
Yeah.
very like her sari, is it called? Yeah. But yeah, it's their wedding. They get married.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts, the very end scene, it cuts to a portrait of Sophie in her lady in silver gown that Benedict painted of her.
Yeah.
And it's finally completed.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of his paintings.
It's like
is
her
completed.
actual face.
Yeah.
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 Not just behind a mask. Yeah.
Great season.
Best season.
Yeah.
Bridgerton's. Queen Charlotte's still number one though.
Queen Charlotte's too. This was the best season for sure.
Yeah.
So ranking your seasons now, total including Queen Charlotte.
Oh, give me a second. Actually, I have it already. Easy.
It's hard for me.
Queen Charlotte, Sophie Benedict, Anthony Kate, Simon Daphne, Penelope Colin. I
Mine's
did
the
not
same.
like season 3. They need to redo season 3.
Yeah.
Let's rewind. Yeah, mine's the same as Maciel's.
Mine is also the same.
Yeah.
The season as a whole is still my favorite. That's not Queen Charlotte.
Yes.
I still love Kate and Anthony as a couple themselves. But this season was the best season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The way that it was done.
Yeah, all the stories. Like, because season 2, love, but like it was mostly just them.
Mhm.
And like
Yeah.
a couple little things. But like this had so many storylines.
Mhm. I'm
To
a
set
sucker
us
for
up.
a good.
But to not take away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Penelope and Colin.
do that again. Shonda Rhimes, go back. Season 3, just redo it.
Right.
Do we want
Quiz?
Francesca's story next or Eloise's story next?
I don't mind if they do both together.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would need to keep it just both and like very, very little. Like they have to include Violet. Like what's next for Violet? Because
Yeah.
we know Violet's is the last book.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's still Gregory and Hyacinth.
Mm-hmm.
They're still too young for me though.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no. They can wait until
they
the
need a
next
couple
one.
more years, like before you're pushing her to society, you know, all that kind of
We
shit.
saw you when
So-
you guys were babies. Too
Well,
soon.
and then
yeah, I don't want to see them having tension.
yeah.
Yeah.
The next season also has to include the Queen's story, which is going to be huge, I feel.
Ooh.
So that's going to be that season. Francesca's, Eloise's, Violet's.
Mhm.
That's already a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Maybe next season then is Francesca's. If they don't do them together, because they said, oh wait, actually I don't think they're together because they said that they're signed for season 5 and 6, which is going to focus on both their books.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So maybe next season will be Francesca's with Queen Charlotte.
Mm.
And some of Violet, maybe.
Right. And then setting Eloise up for her book, even though her
Yeah.
book came first.
Because I think if Eloise was ready for marriage in the next season, I don't think it would be believable. I feel like she needs another season to like build back up to it. Because this is the first time she's ever been like, okay, maybe marriage isn't that bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And they say that Francesca needs a full, not needs, but in the book, it's like a full year
Yeah.
before she starts, you know, her thing with Michaela. So maybe it is her. I don't know.
We'll see.
Either way,
We should
we
see
shall be tuned in.
Hyacinth once we see Eloise. If Eloise is season 6. Oh, well, we got Gregory. Gregory boy, what you doing?
We can wait on Gregory. Like he can be season
What did they
like
call it?
You finally got more than one line this season. Part 2, not even part 1.
part 1 he had just come back.
Yeah, so we don't need to know more about you till later. Or maybe we
Yeah,
need to
we can-
start knowing more about you. I don't know. But
We
I'm
can
not
wait 2
He
seasons.
like women of color. That's what we know.
Yeah, well he was like, I'm in love. I think I'm
I
in
was like,
love.
oh, that was quick.
They didn't even talk.
I kind of do like that. Wait, not. I'm just gonna spoil it for myself. I don't care. I want to know who Violet's love is in her book because I
Like,
was
who
like,
she actually ends up with.
yeah, because I was at first I was like, dang, they're throwing like Anderson in our face. I was like, this early? Like, fuck. She still has all her kids to go through. I mean, I know they can, switch them up like they've already done, but still I was like, okay. So now knowing that she's
it's
not.
kind of like we already got their story. So what are you going to do for like her whole season?
Yeah.
If Queen Charlotte dies next season, Lady Danbury is going to find out about while she's traveling.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have my fucking heart ripped out.
Yeah. I fear it will happen.
I do feel like she's gonna come back though. Danbury. She'll be a guest like all the rest of them.
Yeah.
She won't be a regular because this is technically, I'm assuming, her exit out.
Yeah.
And I think the lady that plays Queen Charlotte is probably ready also to retire the show. So yeah, our guesses are probably good.
I'm
gonna cry so hard.
I'm gonna miss Lady Danbury and her little pimp outfits. She always has like a fucking
And
cane
her
and top hat.
up
And her
here.
top hats. Yeah.
This is kind of weird to say it like this, but I think you guys will understand. When they decide to remove Queen Charlotte, I hope it is the like biggest death, if that makes sense, but like the fucking saddest shit. Like you're just like,
Because John's
Like the most impactful.
Yeah.
John's death was really sad, but it was very quick to me.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
it was still devastating, and obviously she's mourning through the episodes, but it wasn't like this insane like happening.
Yeah.
Like he just went to sleep and he died.
yeah, because also too he's technically a side character.
He is. Like you don't
Yeah.
see him enough, right?
Yeah.
To, like, get
you just know
too
that's her
attached.
husband.
Yeah.
But with Queen Charlotte, it's like if she's, however, I wonder how she dies.
It's
How did
more
she die?
so like, I'm sorry, this is not related to her death, but it's more so what made me sad about John's death is not the fact that he died, it's Francesca's mourning process.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
How
It's-
she finds
Right,
out,
right.
like those are true reactions.
Yeah.
Like
She died of pneumonia.
Oh.
she does.
Well, the real Queen Charlotte.
No, I know. So I'm wondering if that's how she's gonna die.
Probably.
Because I don't know. Does she die in the books? I don't even know if she dies in the books.
I think, I don't know.
She dies 2 years before her husband, King George III.
So sad.
It's crazy. The one with all the health issues.
Mm-hmm.
In Bridgerton books. Oh, I didn't know that she wasn't a character in the book. Well, I never read the fucking books. I didn't know she wasn't a character in the book series. So it says she never dies in the books because she wasn't an original character, or she wasn't a character.
Great addition, Shonda Rhimes.
But she does die in 1818, and that's when they say that John's death happens in 1817.
Yeah.
Mm.
That makes sense. Yeah, because Julia Quinn did write the Queen Charlotte book based off of the
The series.
So
That
I guess
makes
she was never a
sense.
character in Julia Quinn's novels.
Great addition.
Yeah.
So she dies of pneumonia, the actual queen. I wonder how
At Kew Palace, which is real in Bridgerton.
Yeah. So she'll probably fall ill. Lady Danbury will hear of it, come back.
Her and George. Oh my God, their goodbye is going to be fucking devastating. Her and George's.
I hope he's lucid. Like they make him
Or
lucid.
he's going to like picture her as she was. Because he always pictures her whenever he sees her as like,
when they first met.
yeah, when she was younger.
But that's kind of what I hope. Like he's either lucid or he pictures her there. So they have to, I hope they bring him back. And then Lady Danbury finds out and then she also comes back.
Yeah.
Oh, and Brimsley. He's going to be so sad.
You know what I hope they do is for Queen Charlotte's storyline, I don't know if they would do this, but I kind of wish they would, is bring back the characters from Queen Charlotte to do like a couple little flashback moments of like reminiscing with.
I was even thinking what if they did like a whole like Queen Charlotte 2, but like a movie style.
Oh, I would love that. They could make a million Queen Charlotte
Yeah.
continuation of their
So,
stories,
like,
and I
just-
would probably like them.
I guess process her thing and like her death in like a movie format and then kind of go from there. But
Yeah.
It says Violet Bridgerton never remarries or finds another romantic partner after her death of her husband. Her book is a novella of her time with her husband. So it's like a flashback.
Oh, like a prequel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to
We
see
shall see.
that.
Or they're just going to make it fucking up because obviously Anderson is not real in the books.
Yeah.
So,
And neither is Queen Charlotte.
you know what, Shonda? Do your thing, girl.
Clearly it's good.
Keep
so
us
regardless.
surprised. When you kill off Queen Charlotte, make us cry for days, please.
Make it good. Because that's a big character. to
Honor the actress that plays her because she is
I want her
wonderful.
to be in her coffin with the grandest wig there ever fucking
Girl, you
The
know how big
biggest
that
wig.
coffin is going to be?
have. The longest wig of life.
Oh my god, let's talk about her last, like one of her last wigs where it's literally a fucking like heart cage and it's like weaved into
Yes.
with a bunch of ribbons and it's like
Can
this
change
tall. I was like, oh my
And
god.
she had the birdcage one. She had the first one that was just one giant circle of fucking braids.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was like,
All her
Papa?
dresses are beautiful too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the one at her ball. It was like the green one.
Mhm.
Yeah, the emerald green.
The
one.
last one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought Danbury looked really nice there too.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was just in a plain pink
Coral.
dress
Yeah.
or
Coral.
coral. But she didn't have like her hats, things, whatever.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
just
yeah.
looked like she was chilling with her homegirl.
Yeah. She
Love
was
that
not
for her.
pimpified.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not pimpified.
All right, let's figure out which character we are.
There's 2 quizzes.
Okay.
We can do both of them, but
Yeah.
one is more recent. Do you want the more recent one?
Sure.
Or?
Sure.
Okay.
What are we looking up?
I'll just send it to you.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Spend a day in Regency, England, and we'll tell you which Bridgerton character you are. This quiz is from BuzzFeed, and it is their most recent one.
Who do we not want? I don't want Colin.
Yeah, I don't want Colin.
These
These are specifically the
Cressida?
Bridgertons. Bridgerton.
No, the Bridgertons.
Oh, Bridgertons.
Well, Bridgerton character, I guess.
Is
Maybe it could be Cressida. The Queen.
this like actual Bridgertons or people they marry?
I actually don't know because it does say
yeah.
Bridgerton character, so it
Yeah.
could probably include all of them.
I don't want Colin. That's all.
I don't want Colin. I don't really want to be a Featherington. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to be a Featherington.
If it's not Penelope, I'll deal with. The other ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Lady Featherington, I'd be like, God damn it.
You a bitch. Okay, the sun is up. Pick the meal with which you break your fast.
Okay.
Eggs Royale, oats with apple, omelet with veggies, berries on French toast, full English breakfast, or salmon with caviar.
Have you guys ever had caviar? I haven't had that.
I have actually.
Is it good?
It is fine. It depends what you eat it with.
It's okay.
Not worth it though. Okay.
You have yours locked? What are the options? Oh, you said them
I did.
already.
I chose berries on French toast.
I did too.
Omelet with veg and a savory breakfast.
Now pick your leisurely activity: playing chess, playing piano, writing, reading, swimming, or going to the opera.
Opera. Could you imagine? I feel like it's very obvious once you see these. So it better not be like, oh, because you answered this on question 2, you already have your
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
That's why I want to see what the other quiz says as well. Maybe it's more accurate.
Did we all pick reading?
Yes.
Yeah. I was kind of like, but I was like, no. Okay, next one. You go to the local ice cream parlor after a morning of promenading. Pick your ice cream. Salted caramel, chocolate, dark chocolate with berries, French vanilla, raspberry ripple, mango sorbet, or blueberry.
How would you guys walk in the promenade?
Like this.
Or they're always like, they're just like, they walk like, I feel like they walk like with their hands like this.
Yeah. I'm doing a gangster walk.
With my cane.
Yeah, with my pimp
Like
cane.
Danbury.
All right, my ice cream of choice is mango sorbet.
I picked that too.
I chose raspberry ripple. You need to pay a visit to your talented dressmaker. What fabric are you choosing? They didn't give me the names of these, so I'm just going to make a fucking assumption. One is silk. One is a embroidered, patterned red.
It kind of almost looks like
Tapestry?
snakeskin-ish. Yeah.
Another one looks like silk or satin, maybe. Another one also looks like silk or satin or chiffon. One looks like tweed. And then the other one is like an embroidered gold tulle thing.
Looks like a overtop that bottom one.
I chose the green one.
I did too.
Yeah.
Bro, we're going to get the fucking same person.
You have brought a new racehorse. What are you calling them? Soma's Story, Angel Aria, Brooding Orchid, Wayfinder, Monet's Light, or Stargazer?
I picked Stargazer. It's the fastest one to say.
That's what I was going to choose too.
I chose Monet's Light.
Are you going to pick Stargazer? I have a second one.
I have a second one too. I'll do Angel.
Okay.
You gotta wait till we pick our answers.
Oh, sorry.
It's time to purchase a new home. Which one are you picking? One looks like a townhouse, like in San Francisco.
Mhm.
One looks like a classic old English manor. One has a lot of fucking windows.
It looks like a university. That second
Yeah.
one.
One looks like a palace mansion.
Mhm.
One
Queen
looks,
Charlotte.
literally. One of them is like on a British street, and then the other one looks like the Bridgerton household, but more countryside, I guess. I chose the one with the lavender on it.
The last one?
Yeah.
The sixth?
Same. The
Same.
countryside home.
It's your turn to host a ball. Which theme are you choosing this season? The black and white
Ooh.
chessboard, The Dawn of Summer, Forbidden Fruits, A Midsummer's Night's Dream, Works of Art, or Love? Love.
Between two.
I figured I would have got that. The person I got.
What did you choose? Or did you choose already, Jess?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you choose for the last question?
Works of art.
Midsummer.
Midsummer.
Mm-hmm.
I got Eloise.
I got Eloise.
Same.
I'm telling you.
Well, what are we? What is our analysis? You are a free spirit and a true champion of women's rights, period. You believe everyone should live out their own stories and pave their own paths. You are fun, funny, have heaps of charisma, and make the best DMC, deep and meaningful conversation buddy outside of a party.
Period. Here's another one just to see. Okay, here's another BuzzFeed one. That is another which character are you? You guys have it pulled up?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first one is choose a tea set. One has florals, one has stripes, one has darker florals, one has gold florals. The rest of these have fucking florals. So just pick one.
Which one appeals to you?
Mm-hmm. You pick
Yeah.
I chose the middle right one.
number 4. Like if we
Yeah.
want 1, 2, 3. I picked that one too, bitch.
Oh, I picked 6. I like the shape of the teapot.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the third one.
You do that.
Yeah, that's a changes. So we all have maybe something different.
Okay, next question. Who do you invite over for tea? Penelope Featherington, Queen Charlotte, Eloise Bridgerton, Violet Bridgerton, Benedict Bridgerton, or Brimsley?
These are all great choices. Eloise.
Oh, Queen Charlotte.
I chose Brimsley. Who comes to call on you? Simon Bassett, Theo Sharp, I forgot about him, Colin Bridgerton, Anthony Bridgerton, or King George?
Wait.
I do like King George.
I'm like trying to think though. Is this who we want to call on us or who we think would call on us?
You can treat it as either one. Which one would you rather treat it as?
I mean, I want King George to call on me just because I think that actor's fun as fuck. But King George has, I mean, he has fucking dementia. He's crazy. So do I want him to? Technically, no. Who the fuck is Theo Sharp?
He was Eloise's love interest in season 2.
Oh, the little book guy?
Mhm.
I mean, not the book guy, the newspaper dude.
Yeah. I forget what happened to them. Because I was kind of like, oh, he's cute. They would be cute together. And then, now not.
All right, I'm changing my answer.
I chose Anthony Bridgerton.
Same.
I put Simon.
Which look are you serving at the ball?
I hate most of these dresses.
You mean you don't want the big yellow poofy one?
I don't like, they look, and I understand it's because they're supposed to be young. Like 1, 2, the one on the couch. I don't like that neckline.
The square neck.
Yeah.
All right.
I chose the satin one that Kate is in.
I chose that one too.
I chose Queen Charlotte's number 3.
Yeah, it was between those two.
You were in Lady Whistledown's society papers. What for? Wore the wrong color dress, spotted kissing someone of a different class, left the ball early, left my husband at the altar, ate all the ice cream, being unmarried, danced with the same partner more than once, being the diamond, of course, or for being a meddler. I said dance with the same partner more than once.
Leaving the ball early.
Same. Said, bye, I'm going home.
What is your hobby that you brag about to suitors? Reading, writing, piano forte, drawing, cross-stitching, gossiping, talking about literature and history, sports, or music? Nick?
Reading.
I put drawing.
I put gossiping.
Pick a Bridgerton quote. Who else is a woman left but herself? Daphne, you must make haste.
That one.
Dearest gentle reader. Newt on.
Who said that?
I burn for you. Inserts it where.
That one's funny.
Colin Bridgerton. I want to be gardened. At least the wall is not asking what makes me tick.
I picked inserts it where because I thought that was the funniest line, and that's from the Featherington sisters.
I said, Daphne, you must make haste.
I said, dearest gentle reader. Oh.
I got fucking Daphne.
Oh.
I should have said that was another person I didn't want to get.
Boring.
Boring. Vanilla.
I got Penelope.
I got Eloise again.
Oh.
You are lovely, charming, caring, and clever. You are proper and dainty, but you have the power to be bold and challenging. You're open-minded about the world around you, and you care very much for people. It's because I fucking picked Simon Bassett. I know that's why I got her.
Well, I didn't pick Colin. Lady Whistledown herself. You tend to be overlooked and reserved, but in reality, you are strong-minded, witty, and possess far more power than people realize.
Yes.
What did Eloise say? The same thing?
This one, her bio says, witty, confident, and independent. You love questioning societal norms and having intellectual conversations or debates. You have a good sense of humor, and people gravitate towards your charm and wit. However, you prefer to keep your circle small and have your nose in a good book.
Yeah. Period.
If I had kept Simon, not Simon.
King George.
Yes, I would have got Lady Danbury.
Oh.
If that was the only one that I switched. And it said, you are a boss. You always know the latest gossip. Everyone likes you and you command respect without being too intimidating. You have a great lust for life and a strategic brain. You are confident and empowering to others and love to help those who can't stand up for themselves. Should have fucking picked the right fucking person.
You should have just gone with your gut.
Yeah.
Gotta have a
Kate
crazy
Sharma
guy
had
coming
one.
towards me.
You could have gotten Kate Sharma. You're competitive, gentle, protective, witty, and confident. You are outspoken and don't easily succumb to societal pressures or get intimidated. You're very driven and know who you are and what you want. You also could have got Hyacinth. You have a smart wit and a cheeky nature. You can also be confident and stubborn. That's boring. We don't know enough about her.
Yeah. I wanted to get Sophie.
Francesca is you're very reserved, although you are willing to be social and people gravitate toward you. You prefer to be alone and in your peace. You are thoughtful and careful with your words. You also have a subversive sense of humor and a quiet and kind demeanor.
Cool.
Well,
let us know what you thought about Bridgerton Season 4 and where it ranks among your seasons of the Bridgertons.
Oh, we got to rate it. 1 out of 10.
Oh, 10.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 10 too.
yeah, I'm going to give it a 10.
Wow, perfect score. Can you put the 100% right here?
Wow.
That's that SpongeBob episode.
the rainbow where
Yeah.
he's like, imagination.
I give it a 10 because this is a season where I would rewatch it. Like I would rewatch Queen Charlotte.
Honestly, I rewatch all the seasons.
Oh yeah, Queen
But-
Charlotte, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
This
10
one,
out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Anthony, season 2, I gave it like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. I just feel like there needs to be a bit more than just there.
Yeah,
Love.
like there wasn't
fucking
anything
episodes.
like devastating or like crazy.
Extra
It
point
didn't
for,
make me cry, even when Anthony was
didn't make me
sad
cry.
about the bee. Like he, you know.
That was the only thing that was like a little, but yeah, I didn't make me cry
yeah,
at
I
all.
was like, that's really, really sad, but you know.
You are the bane of my existence
extra half a point for Anthony being in the water, taking off his shirt.
and the object of my desires. Great speech. Love that speech so much.
Who had the best? Well, I'm
Confession?
assuming you're going to say Anthony, but out of all the guys, George,
Okay.
Colin,
Not Colin.
don't even remember Collins.
Benedict, Anthony, or Simon, who
Not
had the
Simon
best speech? For me, it's still
It's still George for me.
yeah, it's still George for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But I have not heard that you do not love me.
Yeah, George, Anthony, and Benedict are the top 3.
Yeah.
The rest I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I burn for you. You should probably get that checked. Just saying.
I burn for you after we've already had sex 18 times across the entire nation.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
let us know what you thought, what you hope to see in the next season, who you think Lady Whistledown is,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Your rating.
if you liked her dresses.
Oh, I really liked was it Birds of a Feather they played?
Birds
The
of a
violin.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Good cover.
Justin really liked the Never Be the Same.
Camille Cabello one.
Yeah.
That one was great. I thought the songs were really great. Even the Charlie XCX one was a choice, but I thought it fit the
It was-
kids.
yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
Gen Z.
Yes. yeah. Songs are always great.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Dearest gentle listeners.
Tis all
Oh.
Lady Whistledown wrote.
Wait, we need an outro. Fuck, I wasn't prepared. I forgot. We had an outro on the last one. And so, oh, you got to do it. You're Lady that.
I'm Penelope. And so, dearest gentle readers, the tea has been spilled, the reputations have been left in tatters, and our collective dignity has been sacrificed for the sake of romance. Until our next gathering, guard your hearts, lower your expectations for emotionally unavailable suitors, and remember, if it happens in a carriage, we will be talking about it. Yours truly, the ladies of Fictionally Unstable. Embrace
Bye.
the instability.